All right, hard yarners. I'm still stuck on a word that I couldn't remember at the end, and it really frustrated me. And I think it was unique, maybe individualized. But anyway, when I'm frustrated at the end and I can't think of that word, you'll know why. But today we were joined by Mandi J Nelson, and we spoke about a lot of things. When it comes to our inner authority, really, was probably the biggest takeaway from that. But before we talk about what we spoke about, this episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. If you are a big business, small business, or medium-sized business in trades, they're going to be able to help you. They are probably one of the best suited to giving you guys some coverage insurance-wise, and it's shocking how many tradies don't have coverage at all and can get left out in the dry when they don't, when they have an accident and they don't, understand some of the pitfalls you can fall into. So best thing about them is most of them have been tradies in the past and understand those areas that you don't get coverage for, or have been in the business long enough to be able to get you the right coverage. So hit them up, alltradescover.com.au, and let them know we sent you. They do have a new website that's really well built and very easy to get a quote online for what you need coverage for. This episode is also brought to you by Crafted Finance. Crafted Finance, Luke Tedesco, if you want to go look up the episode I did with him, he's very knowledgeable on the economy and the way money works, but they're going to be able to really give you a good price when it comes to, well, not a price, all the options when it comes to your loans, whether it's a mortgage, business loan, car loan, whatever. They're going to be able to give you all of the options, whether it is the easiest option that just gets you the loan, but you're going to pay a bit more interest, or they're going to present you with the best option over the term of the loan to pay the least amount of interest. They don't care which one you pick. They just want to present you with all the options, which is what a lot of brokers don't do. So get involved. Crafted Finance, hit them up for any sort of advice, and they're great people, like-minded, aligned, and we love their support. So let them know we sent you, and yeah, that's great. But today we were joined by Mandi J Nelson. Do you know, and can you recall what we spoke about? Because that was deep, that was heavy, there was a lot going on.
Oh my goodness. Wow, yes. Okay, well, we did definitely speak about inner authority. We spoke a bit about past lives.
Yep.
We spoke about multidimensional interference, demonic interference.
Yes.
We spoke about the perils of having a public life opposed to sitting on a hill and listening to the wind.
Oh, yes. We also we did speak on the awakening process, seeing the veil is thinning around the world, and I guess the silliness or the folly in trying to understand it all.
Yeah, would definitely agree with that, and to know that we just don't know.
And we also touched as well on Christianity, Jesus' teachings, and whether it's a trap or whether it's the way. So very good episode. Very interesting. Great chat, and I'm definitely going to have you back again, Mandi. But without further ado, let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Mandi. Good to have you back. It's been, is this your fourth time on the podcast, maybe?
Yeah, I think it might be fourth or fifth even.
Oh, you're becoming a regular. You were our third or fourth. Seventh. Was it seventh episode, maybe? I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember either.
Anyway, you've been a big part of this journey.
Yeah, it's an honour to be here. It's an honour to witness how far this has grown too.
It started. Your first episode was in my theatre room.
Yeah,
yeah. But a lot of interesting things happening at the moment, and I just thought I'd get you on to have a yarn, see how things are going. How things are going for you as well. How's life treating you?
Yeah, life's good. I've made a few changes recently.
Oh yeah.
Just to step more step deeper into my own sovereignty, I would
Yeah.
call it.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
we for I guess what's the word? For everyone to know at home, we did a little session last week. We don't have to dive into too much what we talked about, but helped me claim back my inner authority, which was I've felt.
How have you felt?
Yeah. Good.
Good.
I've stopped caring about trying to please people and feel like I have to seek their permission to express my opinions. I think
Good.
people would have notably seen that recently in the last couple of weeks. I'm still not going to contribute to divisive rhetoric as often as possible. But no matter what, if I have an opinion on something and someone has based their opinion by picking a side or an ideology, and it clashes with that thought, I'm going to divide opinion regardless,
Yeah.
even if I find the middle ground.
Uh-huh.
So no more. I'm just going to say what I say.
You're just going to be you.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
that's, I think, really what humanity is called to do at this point in time.
Yeah, I was pulling my punches a little bit, picking and choosing what to comment on,
Yep.
which is not it's not healthy for me, because that's like, if you want to say something, if you're biting your tongue, if you start to feel it.
Yeah,
knots in your-
suppression.
Yeah.
And that's what ends up creating dis-ease within the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely felt that.
Yeah.
But maybe let's talk about what changes you made, because unless you want to keep them to yourself, or is there anything that you've up leveled in your teachings?
Up leveled in my teachings, absolutely. Yeah, I since end of June, I've been doing a course in that I have learnt how to clear demonic entities and multidimensional interference in a way that actually means that previously, because it's always kind of been a bit of a field of specialty for me for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
But previously I feel like I was maybe only clearing this much compared to what I'm clearing at the moment. So as a result of that, it's made me look at my own life as well.
Okay.
And like, where am I handing my authority
Yeah.
away and over?
Yeah, it's I've made a decision. I don't want to delve too much into my personal life going forward. I think this is a podcast. I'm of course going to bring up my own personal life at some points, but in general, I don't want to go too much into my own thing, because people can create this character in their story about you, and
absolutely.
you could be the villain or the hero, or
Yep.
just someone. It doesn't matter. But I would prefer them to start treating me as the person that they see right in front of them at that moment, and form less of an opinion about who I am. And maybe they can say, well, he's the guy who hosts this podcast, but I don't know his opinion on this or whatever. I just want to be like talking and less personal.
Yeah,
But I am willing to talk about a couple of things from our session.
sure.
Most specifically, and then we can talk about, the new moon in Libra and a few things that are going on, the energetic, the awakening, unlearning, all those sorts of things. But let's talk
Yep.
about that. One thing I remember specifically from our session was I was very uneasy with the word command.
Yeah, you were.
Yes. So we were trying to come up with a mantra for me to take back my sort of inner authority from memory.
Yeah.
And you gave me a few mantras.
Yep.
Asked how I felt about them. And the one that really I was like, nah, that's not it. I don't like it.
Yes.
Was the I command.
You commanded your own space.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I didn't like, and you said, what makes you feel uneasy about this? Why don't you like it? And it was the word command. Why doesn't that? I didn't feel like I had the right to command anyone else. But more importantly, why would I command myself? And you were like, well,
If you're not commanding you, then who is?
correct.
Yes.
And wow, like since, and it's probably not until this morning reflecting, since then, just started going, well, fuck it. I am
Yes.
saying what I feel at that moment. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
And I'll wear it if I'm wrong at that time. So commanding my own inner authority, having complete authority over what I feel, think, say, do, not letting anyone influence that, or attempting to not let anyone else influence that, or anything else influence that.
Yeah. Well, I think, this is the big thing for all of us, really. I mean, clearing those energetic programs that are really the attachment points for any kind of influence, really.
Yeah.
Anything, if we are in our fear, then we're not stepping into the fullness, the full expression of who we are. And if we're not stepping into that, basically that means that we're not commanding our own space, our own energy, our own lives, and therefore who is or what is.
Yeah. I guess making decisions out of trying to please others and trying to keep the peace as well is a thing that I think a lot of people fall into that.
Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. That and boundaries. I mean, I didn't even really know what boundaries were as a thing until I was about 22, maybe even a little bit older. I was in a counselling session and the counsellor was saying to me, we really need to work on boundaries. And I'm like, it was a foreign word to me.
Yeah.
Like, what does this even mean?
Well, I found recently setting my own personal boundaries, not with people around me and situations, but my own personal boundaries, whether it comes to work, taking it home, that's like that's a different boundary, but also like, I talked about this the other day, setting up this thing that I'd written down. I finished it after I spoke to you. So I started writing it just before and I finished it after, and it was setting aside, some boundaries around what aligns and what doesn't align. And I've kept to it pretty strictly over the last week. Noticed this morning fell out of it slightly. And Sunday morning I got up early and I watched the Formula One at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I went away from a couple of things, and it does throw you. It does throw you. But I had to set boundaries for myself, and understanding as well that I'm not always going to keep to them. There's going to be some times where I fall out of those, but not beating myself up, which was another thing that I put into my alignment task list was don't be too hard on yourself. Be kind and get some compassion for yourself, and understand that sometimes life does get in the way. Yeah. But routine without rigidity is good.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the 80-20 rule.
And these gut feelings, that's what I'm basing it off. Like they're like things that feel like they're out of alignment. Yeah. Those are the things that I'm avoiding. They're the things that feel, and I know that you have to base it on how you feel. Sometimes we argue against that when it comes to other ideologies. But that feeling, I feel like I've gotten quiet enough to be able to hear a lot of it. Maybe not completely quiet. There's still obviously bills and, kids and things. But I am interested, and we were just touching on it, and we touched on it yesterday, me and Delby, about this idea that quantum entanglement has now, they've had science show or propose this idea that quantum entanglement is not only not limited by distance, but it's potentially not limited by time. And so proposing that the potential link between you and your future self is that quantum entanglement, and our gut feelings, our intuition is that sixth sense that we don't quite understand that is attached to our future self.
Absolutely.
And that is as we mentioned in the coffee shop, that is bridging that gap between spirituality and science.
Absolutely.
It's coming closer and closer together, and I like that. For me, I'm an open person. I don't need the science explanation. I feel it. I'm like, cool. Yeah. I believe you, maybe to my own detriment, but also for the people who like a bit more logic, like a Delby. Delby's a perfect example. He's open. He's very open. But he likes a breakdown, like this is the actual reason behind it. I think it's helping people understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think spirituality, spirituality was the beginning.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
science kind of has come in and disproved a whole heap of it, but really they didn't disprove. They just poo-pooed it. They just kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, they said there's no proof of. They
Yeah.
didn't disprove. They just said, well, there's no evidence to suggest this is correct.
And now they're starting to prove
Yeah.
that it is correct, which is fantastic.
And this is why I've always thought, why can't ghosts or spirits or other things that would appear to be spiritual not necessarily, why can't they just be a science, like an energy that's left? If we're looking at something like energy's never destroyed, it just changes form, which is science, why isn't it there? And potentially we just don't have the senses to be able to perceive that energy that still remains.
Well, maybe we have the senses, or some people do have the senses, but science just hasn't had the technology to be able to prove that it exists.
What's your take on, so anytime we talk about this sort of stuff, people will go, you need Jesus. Jesus is the only way. There's no other people that have these gifts. And I sort of wrestle with that idea and go, why wouldn't God gift some people to help awaken humanity in some way? Why can't he gift people these gifts? Like, is that a thing? I'm not sure where you sit with Jesus and Christianity, and some people are so rigid with it that no one else can have these gifts. Any entity appearing is demonic, not necessarily a messenger from God.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting one, because I think I know a lot of people that have those kind of gifts.
Yes.
So, and some of those people have a real belief in Jesus or Yeshua as well. So I think, we're asking a very...
I know. It's a deep question, isn't it? Like, what do we think? Like, I don't know where I sit with it, because I'm definitely edging towards definitely the teachings of Jesus. I'm not necessarily indoctrinated by the Christian, Catholic ideology, the church, but the Bible has some incredible wisdom.
Absolutely, and I would agree with that. A lot of the ancient feminine mystery school teaching that I do in Heartlight Mastery is to do with the original teachings of Yeshua or Jesus, without the religious kind of connotation to it.
Yeah.
And each to their own. You know, I don't have any judgment upon anyone. It is whatever, basically, I mean, whatever floats your boat, really.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel good
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge.
It's hard because I clearly am of the belief, and people who listen to the podcast know, that the church has been corrupted by man and greed and power, and that in the same way has corrupted the word of Jesus, which was giving the word of God. Now, when I try to find things within the Bible, am I seeing a corrupted version, an interpretation that skews his words and teachings towards the church's authority? And then that's why I start to really, I'm very drawn to this inner authority and learning our own connection to God, consciousness, source, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Jesus was definitely a teacher of the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have heard it said that though he taught ascension up and out of the body, what is happening to us at this point in time is our ascension is through the body, through the physical body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do wrestle with this. I wrestle with this surrendering to Jesus. I understand the idea or the concept. But the thing I wrestle with is that it has to be done through a method of baptism, a method like you have to follow certain rules.
Yes.
I don't like this dogmatic, and I understand that's an egoic thing of wrestling with, like, no, you can't tell me what to do. But also there's this part of me that if there's this all-seeing, encompassing God, source energy, they would not require a certain method and rule set to completely accept God, Jesus, into their heart. It would be an acceptance and a surrender to, I trust. I completely give myself to you in whatever way that is.
Yeah.
In my heart, I don't need to go through this performance, this ritual that a church that has corrupted your name is making me do to be a part of your system.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say, nah, you're wrong.
Yes. Some people definitely would, and quite vehemently too.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are they right? I don't know. I'm still battling. I don't know. Like, am I going to eventually get to a point where I go, yes, I'm going to get baptized. I surrender to the church. Like, I don't think I will ever get to that point, but there is a part of me that is still curious.
Look, I think curiosity is a beautiful thing. I think to hold on to your curiosity. Curiosity is what keeps us out of dogma. So and an interesting story around Jesus, actually. When I was in Bali back in May, and I had arrived at a place in Ahmed, and I'd just come out of the dark room. As I just arrived at this new place, I went to sleep that night, and I woke up and there was something quite demonic
Oh, wow.
right next to me.
Oh, wow.
And I
like
could kind
visibly?
Well, yes, because it was like, when you're having one of those astral kind of dreams.
Yes.
Okay, so I could see myself lying on the bed.
Okay.
And there was something just to the right of me. And so I tried to get back into my body, and I could hear it breathing, and it stunk. And I just called in Jesus. I was like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Yes.
And then woke up, turned on all the lights. There was nothing there. And I actually felt calm at that point after I called in Jesus. So
there's an interesting, I'm not going to pretend to understand it all, and I'm on my own journey of trying to understand religion, spirituality, connection, consciousness. But also a part of me is just like, who cares? Do I have to get it? Do I have to understand?
I don't think so. I think that we need to be careful about what we're handing our authority over to, and I think, Jesus is a fairly well-known one.
Yeah, correct.
I think he's fairly trustworthy.
Yeah.
However, if with people that channel or whatever it is, I would be checking, are you of positive intent?
As in prior, like, for example, you do like a welcome to country, like a custodian, like a thanks for letting us do this on their space. But I don't see you doing it like in a way that is a box tick.
Yeah, no, not in terms of that. I think more in terms of like if you are receiving messages from a particular, let's say, Archangel Michael or whatever it is, because there are big cases of mistaken identity.
Yeah.
So, from that perspective.
Have I connected you with Boris Walter yet?
I do know Boris, actually. Yeah, Boris has been up to the property.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he has.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I like that. Awesome. Yep. Yes, his connection with Archangel Ezekiel was his I guess turning point, changed everything for him. And that was very interesting because he'd never heard of that Archangel. And they were connecting to him through the people that he was putting under hypnosis. He felt a selfishness to that because this is meant to be a lesson for them. They're meant to learn and let go of that, but they were communicating through his clients, which obviously he has a greater meaning. Or is this demons in disguise? How do you know? Yeah,
well, I think that you'd be checking. And people that do this type of work have different ways of checking. For me, it's really my pendulum.
Okay.
I check with a pendulum. So my pendulum will give me a yes
okay.
or it'll give me a no.
I was watching that when you were doing that. How are you feeling on that pendulum? Like, how does that give you a yes or a no?
Well, basically, I'm holding it,
Yes.
and the yes will just start circling,
Okay.
and the no
It just
will
goes
go from side
side
to
to
side.
side.
And it's fascinating to witness at the beginning of a session compared to the end when I'm double checking to see everything's gone. Those yeses are absolutely massive.
What I like, so we got Thelma. Thelma is coming on again soon, and she anchors you within the protection of earth and light.
Yeah.
And it's a nice process prior. Makes you feel protected, makes you feel open and at ease. And I think it's a good thing
Yeah.
to do. So yeah, I think the people who do it right definitely protect themselves.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think when you're working at the higher levels, it definitely requires attunement. And in order to be able to work at the higher levels without bringing it all back with you.
Let's move to. There's a few things I want to touch on today.
Sure.
Actually, let's stick with inner authority.
Okay.
Because that's something that you've been working on a lot. Maybe let's explain inner authority, how we've been giving it away, how we've let others manipulate and mold us.
Yeah.
And what that looks like.
Well, with the inner authority, we're programmed pretty much. As children, we are programmed, and those energetic programs create attachment points. So let's say, for example, one of those might be anxiety. Common one, particularly I think for many people upon the planet at this point in time, anxiety is probably a very strong energetic program running. And that inner authority can also be thwarted or be changed, I guess, from past lives.
Yeah.
As well as multidimensional interference can come in if we are not showing up in the truth of who we are.
So the multidimensional and the past life interference. Let's dive into that because that interests me quite a lot. Are we talking entities from outside this dimension, or are we talking other versions of ourselves, or both?
Good question. The ones that I clear are in terms of those outside, okay? They're not future versions of you. So the multidimensional interference, they are they are sentient beings. So they're capable of thinking for themselves. So they're the ones, multidimensional beings are a little bit more dangerous, I would say.
Do they
than the
feed off
demonic
your
ones.
energy?
Yes, they can be siphoning off your energy, and they can be utilising them off planet for whatever they want to utilise them for.
And is the energy physical or part of your soul, spirit, your anxieties, your anger, your frustrations?
Well, it could be physical. A lot of the time, it's also physical is when a possession has occurred. So when you've got dis-ease, that's often a possession.
Yes, dis-ease being disease, or even physical manifestations like pains in the neck, shoulder, legs.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And generally, as you know, when I do a session, I'll be picking up on different feelings within the person's body.
Areas of tension, yeah.
Yeah, like my body becomes like a hollowed bone.
Okay.
So that multidimensional interference can also be running off the etheric field, which is just outside the physical body, the emotional field, the mental field, both lower and higher, can also be running off the higher self, or the spiritual body, or the crystalline body, or it can be running through all of those and feeding off energy off all of those. So, it's
it's an interesting thing to try and consider. But how do we clear them? Because your method of clearing, this is you doing it. Is there ways that we can do it ourselves? Can we command, or are you just a vessel to be able to identify it? And then while you've got them, you're able to go, well, I'll clear it for you while I'm here.
Yeah. Look, I think that when we go into certain circumstances, like, we can ensure that we're clean, for example, by when we go into a pub.
Yeah.
Maybe not getting so inebriated that the body becomes a vessel for something else to come into.
Yeah.
So there's a whole personal cleanliness side to this, spiritual hygiene side to this.
Yeah, the spiritual hygiene thing you mentioned to me before, like we all have our personal hygiene, but spiritual, I guess, energy hygiene. How are we to do that? I guess is obviously avoiding things like alcohol and stimulants that take us into a point of which we are outside our body almost, out of control.
Exactly, mushrooms, anything that is changing.
Mushrooms, God damn it. I really wanted to do a little journey again soon.
Ayahuasca,
So these
grandfather.
things like that seem to really help us develop,
Yeah.
have a potential to open us up to demonic attacks.
Or multidimensional interference. Yeah, you've got to be.
Without protection, or if we protect ourselves, or is this just...
I think you've just got to be very careful. And I feel like I've mentioned this to you before, like just being careful about who you would sit with, the way that you go into these circumstances or into these experiences. Are you sitting in ceremony? Are you sitting with respect? Are you keeping...
Yeah.
Are you keeping your own energetic sovereign? Are you making some very clear commands right at the very beginning of sitting? Also, taking the time to be by yourself without phones, without just really taking time to have clarity in life.
That's the one I think everyone struggles with. Nothing. Boredom. Not loneliness, just nothing.
I know.
Like I can have people around me, and I do. I've got connections. I've got friends. I feel good now. I feel great. But for me still to just go there and go, okay, I've got the afternoon free, I'd still go, well, I'll read a book. Like sitting there in nothing, I don't know. I'd feel it. Even at nothing I would consider meditation. I'd be like, well, I'm still filling it with something.
Yeah.
How are we to sit, and how long for can we sit with nothing? Like sitting in nature?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they
Observing.
do well, even if you could take 48 hours out of doing
Mandy.
nothing.
No. But what is nothing? What is nothing? Is it sitting back binge watching TV? No.
No.
Yeah.
No TV, no phones. Let's just say you sit in nature and you just sit and you just be, and you allow time for clarity to drop in. You allow time for yourself to hear yourself, because let's face it, the world is pretty busy.
Well, that's what our ancient selves would do, wouldn't it? What are they filling their time with? Yes, hunter-gatherers, but also sitting around, contemplating life, observing the grass, the wind,
Hearing the birds. Yeah,
It does seem like we've detached from that.
definitely.
And it makes sense why the old Aztecs, the ancients, the Egyptians were far more connected to that side of things. And even children.
Yeah. Well, children are in it.
They're just observing, aren't they?
Yeah. And curious.
Which makes sense that they're more attached to this other experience.
Well, the veil is thin. Yeah.
Is the veil thinning for all of us, do you think?
I think so. Is it thinning for you? It's definitely thinning for me.
so-
Some very weird things are occurring.
Well, I think people have chosen one of two paths. I think we've separated into love and fear. And I think the people who have chosen fear are in it, and they can always choose love and come back. But I think the people who have chosen love are seeing through the veil. They're seeing through the lies. They're seeing through the deceptions that have been told and the narratives that have been painted for decades.
Yeah.
They're starting to uncover it bit by bit. Some of them are at the very start of this journey.
Yeah.
Some of them are going, 9/11 was an inside job? Are you kidding? Like they're only just starting to find that out.
Yeah.
Some of us have been on this path for a long time. Some of us even longer. Some of us have been on this path and died. They're gone. They're done. They finished up 80, 90, 100 years ago. And we learn from their teachings and they passed on to their generations. It's become more popularized. There is a bit of a thing at the moment that there's a demonization of this Christ consciousness, a demonization of the spiritual path as a way to move away from Jesus. Are you seeing that happen? Is that a tactic, do you think, a divisive, I guess a turbulent tactic, from your opinion?
Yeah, look, I think that anything is capable of being a diversion. And anything is capable of being a dividing topic where there are two people with opposing views. Look, and I think that it detracts from your own inner authority. What does your voice tell you? What does your gut tell you? What does your intuition tell you?
What does your intuition tell you about what's happening in the world?
My intuition says, Mandy, just get up, do your practice.
Yeah, focus on you.
Focus on you. Focus on all of those aspects of you that are still that are still feeling wounded or are still caught in patterns. Like, focus on those aspects of you. Help where you can, give where you can, and focus in on you, because everything outside of me is a distraction.
Well, it's like having a healthy balance between understanding the world we live in and understanding what we can and can't control. Yeah. And more often than not, we can't control anything else except for our own reactions, emotional, physical, all of the above.
Yeah.
But we recently had a systemic, what was he? He was a systemic organizational psychologist on, he's Bryn Edwards, and he's in the area of systemic organizational psychology, and they focus on creating change in an organization or a team, and how that comes from focusing on self, and understanding your role and purpose and place within the collective.
That's fantastic.
And they've started implementing that not just in teams, but in families, but also, most importantly, within community. And he said they've started implementing this within communities and started to see the actual change happen, which suggests that we could also have this affect the entire nation, the entire world. If we all went back to ourselves and understanding our purpose, place, and nature in this collective that is already turbulent enough.
Yeah.
And if we are bringing our own issues, our own unresolved traumas and self-destructive patterns within this turbulent collective, we're only going to make it more messy.
It's just like firecrackers going off all over the place, just triggering one another, and it's just, yeah, exactly.
Again, bridging the divide between spirituality and science. This is psychology, but it's also a very logical way for people to understand how you yourself can affect the collective. And I think that is the same idea as we individually are part of this collective consciousness, this co-creating consciousness that we create the universe and the world that we see around us. This is just a nice logical way to break it down for people who aren't as open to those ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it sounds amazing. It's very much like the whole is equal to the sum of its parts. Yeah.
Yeah, you are the wave and the ocean, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you are not. Yeah, exactly. So the wave is the product of the ocean, just like you are the part of the universe itself.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And it brings it back to that own inner authority and inner responsibility. And I think, do you know of the Ho'oponopono?
No.
Okay, so this is like an ancient Hawaiian way of taking 100% responsibility for whatever shows up in your life, to the degree so that if I am at the service station, I mean, I don't read don't read the paper. I don't participate in multimedia kind of
That's a good thing.
mass media.
That's a good
I don't
thing.
participate in that kind of thing. But let's say I go to the service station and there's a newspaper right
Yes.
next to me, and I see the headline, and the headline is some tragedy.
Yeah.
Then I'm 100% responsibility for energetically clearing that from this planet. So, because whatever shows up in my world, I'm 100% responsible for it. So I would utilize, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. And you put that on repeat until the energy feels clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is why I avoid the news. But it's a fine balance, because I am in the place of political, social commentary, comedy, consciousness, spirituality, but political and social commentary.
Uh-huh.
So I sort of have to place myself within that.
You're going to have to do a lot of ho'oponopono now you're aware of it.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I use this example. I don't gain anything from finding out a family lost their lives in a tragic car accident while driving down south. I gain nothing from that except for the empathy that I feel for that poor family and the people that were affected by it. So what's the benefit of me learning about that? And people say, well, you have to stay up to date with what's going on in the world. I don't need to stay up to date with that. If I want the news, if I want what's going on in the world economically, politically, I'll look at that. I'll try to find that myself. But I won't go to Channel 7. I won't go to Channel 9. I won't go to Channel 10, ABC, the mainstream media, who are paid for by the government and the aligned interests to paint the narrative in a certain direction.
Yeah.
I'll look myself independently and look at the facts.
Yeah.
We do have tools now to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And I don't think people take accountability and
Personal responsibility.
enough for that.
Yeah.
Obviously, taken in that, I don't know what my process is to help understand that I am going to see tragedies, Israel, Palestine, the tragedy of the poor, innocent people who have lost their lives in that. Something I want to be across as a social and political commentator.
Yeah.
How do you take on the empathy of something so big as that? Or do you avoid it all altogether?
Yeah, I know, it's an interesting one. Like, do you? Yes, you can utilize the ho'oponopono if you feel a burning desire. If spirit, I would call it, or your higher self is directing you to physically do something about it, then following that own inner authority to do whatever it is that you are called to do. I mean, I discovered very early on in the piece that I would be getting these messages, being told to do this, being told to do that. I'm sure you get the same messages,
Yes.
directive kind of things. And for a while, I ignored it.
Until you go, oh, this is painful.
Yeah, and then I'm a bit like looking around, going, oh. I was always like, why isn't someone else doing that? It's like, because they're my messages, because this is what I'm meant to do. So if we play that out in the larger field of what's occurring, do we dig our head in the sand? Do we just focus in on ourselves? Or is that us just doing us until clarity, intuition, spirit drops in, higher self drops in and says, hey, Cameron, you need to go and do this in relation to that? Or do we just utilise the ho'oponopono?
Yeah. Well, even I've been trying to wrestle with this idea of who we are.
That's a big one.
Like, who are we when we strip it all back, when we unlearn? We talked about the unlearning the other day, unlearning all of these ideas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the unlearning. So the great unlearning, I think we're seeing that a lot. I think we're seeing that unfold globally. And not just traits, personal traits and the way we've been molded and sculpted as a person, but also where our understanding of how the world works and the narrative is. We are unlearning all of that. When we get to the bottom of that, and you are that raw, blank canvas, which I'm not sure anyone can ever get to the bottom of, but if you can, get to the bottom of that and become that raw, blank canvas, who is that that's observing your anxieties? That's observing your emotional reactions, your excitement, your happiness, your joy, your aspirations. Who is that?
Is that the God self within?
And this is what I'm starting to try to let go of understanding. Because the more you try and understand it, the less closer you get to understanding it. And it's more of a surrender to less, well, it is what it is.
Exactly. And it is kind of like, and who knows anyway? It's
Yeah,
kind of like, and
how can I confirm it regardless? So, understanding that we're the void beyond
yes.
beyond all of those anxieties and excitements and emotions, we are just the void observing that this vehicle, this vessel feels that certain way. And then trying to understand if that's God, consciousness, source, the energy, the universe, collective, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
And that's a beautiful quest to have.
Yeah.
You know, I think that that's what most people that dive deep into spiritual questing, that's really what we are questing.
And then you look
What
at...
is at the heart of it?
Well, and this is where I feel like you can see attacks happen, because I feel like the elite people of the world, the 1% of the 1%, the one that orchestrate this division in the world,
Yeah.
I think they have an understanding of this stuff. I think they have an understanding of energetic attacks. I think that if we look at things that have become... Okay, let's take it back to yesterday. We spoke about the Montauk Project and how they understood that consciousness and frequencies could affect not only physical manifestations, but they could also affect how people feel emotionally. And if they could control that with using radar and satellites deliberately, that's a way that they could influence people and their decisions.
Yeah.
Yet, I think a far more scary idea is that they understand that our brains are not just receivers, but they're senders. And so when we see these horrific emotional charging events like the murder of Charlie Kirk, 9/11, these sorts of big moments that drive us so emotionally and they cut us, we are sending collectively from both sides out our emotional response. And that, I think, is a weaponized idea that they've used to hold us within a certain frequency that is a controlled timeline to their understanding of what is their best timeline.
Oh,
the elites.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's fear.
It is a fear-based. And by driving that response of anger, emotional resentment and fear...
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Who knows what's going to happen next?
We are 8 billion receptors, but also senders of that that frequency collectively covering our globe, keeping our planet, our grid prison planet within a frequency that is on this lower timeline.
Yeah.
And I think they've understood how to weaponize that. And that's where I'm at now. I don't care. I'm not going to defend my beliefs. That's what I believe. That's what I feel is what's happening.
Yeah. Well, if you keep humanity there, going along with that line of thought, then they're very easily manipulated and controlled. And then you can siphon off those parts of them that they aren't using for themselves to be used off planet for whatever.
Now, there's a part of me that looks at the Charlie Kirk assassination and goes, oh my God, I feel so bad for their family. I feel sympathy, but an understanding of what it was meant to serve. And how do I respond to that? How do I help others heal and understand that we cannot react emotionally? We have to say what you said.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you.
And it comes back to you, isn't it? Your own inner authority and sovereignty.
Exactly.
Commanding it.
Exactly.
Wow, I think we just solved the world's problems.
Well, that Ho'oponopono, you know, it is used with people before they pass too, to bring the energy back into an alignment. And anything that you're actually really caught on, like particularly if there's someone in your life that you haven't forgiven yet, you know, you're holding a lot of anger towards, maybe really caught in the victim mentality around that. What you do is you just put a 4 on the end. So you would say, I'm sorry for, and you'd keep these pages open for a week. And, you know, if you are feeling like you're the victim and you're saying that to your perpetrator, it takes a bit for you to be able to lift yourself up out of your own experience, to be able to see what someone else would be coming in, what your perpetrator would be coming in with their perspective. And then you'd say, please forgive me for, I forgive you for, I thank you for, I love you, goodbye. So, you know, this, it's all very well and good just to express that. And there could be people out there listening to this that have had horrific things happen to them going, yeah, right, Mandy, how am I going to be able to do that? And I fully understand, because I've done this in circumstances where I was considered, well, I definitely was the victim. And the freedom that you get in being able to lift yourself up out of your own experience is phenomenal. And that's what this does. So this will bring the energy back into a neutral position, which is why we do it with people before they pass.
I'm currently reading Journey of Souls.
Uh-huh.
Have you read that?
I feel like I have many years ago.
I love it. I love it. It gives my ego a bit of a like freedom of and ease that our soul, our experience isn't infinite and it doesn't end even at our deaths. And it also gives me a level of comfort for my loved ones.
Yeah.
Because there's a consistency within this. And it's the one consistency is extremely consistent, is that as soon as they do pass, they are instantly, as a expression of light, out of their body. But a sense of freedom and a lack of pain. And I don't mean if they were in pain when they were dying. I mean a lack of pain as life is suffering.
Yeah.
And they feel that euphoric feeling of ecstasy. And all they're trying to do is, because they have empathy for those who have been left behind, is to give them that hope, that knowing that they're okay.
Yeah.
And they feel far better. And if anything, they just want them to know it's okay. And that's the only thing that's making them feel poor, or that experience there. And that they'll see them again. And the only reason they can't get through to them is because they are so grief-stricken.
Yeah.
They are so messy. They are so cluttered in this moment of watching their loved one pass away that they can't hear it.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people, like as they're dying, they will die when their loved ones have gone to the toilet. Or, you know, you hear stories about that all the time. Oh, yeah, I just went down to put money in the meter or get a coffee, and, yeah, they pass then. And it's because of the emotional attachment that is keeping the person's consciousness bound to this experience.
And it doesn't mean those moments don't hurt, but having an understanding of that.
Yeah.
Like I've lost people since having that understanding, and it's still really, like, you still cry.
Yeah.
You miss that physical embodiment of who they were.
Absolutely.
I want that person still in my life.
Absolutely.
But I feel it now that I feel at ease a bit more, a lot more comfort knowing it's okay. It's a lot more comfortable. The grief is there.
Yeah.
It's real. I feel it.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near what it was when I first lost someone close to me. Like, I remember losing my granddad, and that really hurt. And I remember seeing my other granddad prior to him passing, knowing he was about to pass, and that broke me. And I lost my housemate to a car accident at a young age. He was 21.
Yeah.
And that was a very different experience. But also that 21-year-old, my housemate dying, was also what set me on a path that I am on now.
Yeah.
Made me start to go, wow, he was 21.
Yeah. What is it all about?
Exactly. He was going to pick up a puppy dog for his parents.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't even being silly. Yeah, well, he was being a bit silly. He's probably a bit tired. But, you know, like, he wasn't He barely drank. He wasn't drink driving. He wasn't speeding. He was trying to do a good deed.
Yeah, and just understanding that it can all be taken away so quickly.
Yeah, so that's like my experience then was very different. I was grief-stricken.
Yeah.
And I still would be, of course. If one of my best mates died, my partner died, or fucking you died, I'm still going to be grief-stricken.
Yeah.
They're not happening. You're all good. Grace, you're all good.
Yeah, we're
my
just
friends,
touching
you're all
wood.
good. But if that was to happen, family members, even people who I know in passing, I'm still going to be like, oh, that's sad, but a bit more comfort.
Yeah, in the knowledge that the soul lives on. Yeah. And
What is the soul, though, I guess, is that void.
Is the soul the essence of who you are? Is the soul the aspect of God
I
that
think
exists within you?
my feeling is that's what it is. It's just an expression of God, a little point of source, of energy that is consciousness.
Yeah, that gets to experience itself within different pajama suits.
Well, we have this sentient experience. We have eyes, ears, nose, mouth, ways to take it in. A rock is the same thing, having an experience, just doesn't have a mouth or nose or, functioning
don't
organs.
have a rock on your
Exactly.
podcast next.
Well, Delby said this yesterday, like, what the fuck, who would pick to be a rock? Like, but who's to say that experience of being a rock isn't far more enjoyable? We don't know what it is.
Well, think of a mountain.
Yeah,
I mean, a mountain is experiencing
the earth, the planet.
Yeah.
So there is
such stillness and presence.
some people aren't ready, and there would be listeners who listen to us for political speak that might not be ready to even take this on and go, you're fucking talking nonsense. That's fine. That's where I'm at. I don't know where you're at, but that's where I'm at. Like, a rock has just as nice experience as me. That's how fucking crazy I am at the moment.
Well, you're choosing a rock. I'll go with the mountain.
Yeah,
okay?
you've gone with something a little more majestic. Yeah. But
dear.
I think the sentiment is the same. It's just experience, isn't it?
It is. And I think that, we lose sight of that when we get very bound in our perceptions, our opinions. We lose sight of the fact that this is an experience.
Yeah,
we are having an experience. So what kind of an experience do you choose to have?
Yeah,
what are you curious about? What are you questing about?
Yeah.
And I think when we've lost people earlier on in our lives, it actually allows us to really understand that it can all be gone in a moment. And how do I want to live my life? What do I want to experience while I'm here?
It is, it's just a part of it, isn't it? And
It is, the only thing that is guaranteed once we're born
yeah,
is that we will die.
interesting. I remember when I was a kid, it used to keep me up at night. You ever used to think about it when you were a kid?
Yeah, I used to think about death quite a bit. What was it? What was it all about?
I used to.
And sex.
Yeah, well, that happened when I was about 12, and I didn't stop thinking about it until now. But when I remember when I was very young, like sort of my daughter's age,
Yeah.
and I sort of I guess maybe I don't know what draw my attention to death, but once I understood that this ends,
Yeah.
it wouldn't give me nightmares. But I couldn't get to sleep. And I remember I used to go through to my mum and I go, I can't sleep. I'm thinking about when I die. And I don't know what mum would you do to comfort me. I can't remember. I think she just come through. I used to love getting my eyes rubbed. That was my little comfort thing, like someone stroking my eyebrows.
Grace, are you listening?
Yeah. It was a nice comfort thing. But also that is probably the first time I learned of our indefinite experience. Because I think as a child, you love it so much, don't you? Everything's so innocent and so fun, unless you have an abusive upbringing.
Yeah.
We're just innocent.
Yeah.
And the longer and longer I got used to that, I think I've grown out of that whenever I did. But I remember that. Death was scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is. It is scary.
But that brings us to a couple of things. So Obviously.
Where's he going?
Yeah, existence. We've just answered the questions of existence. Now, we do exist in a three-dimensional reality. We exist in this world of energies and pools, and I do see the awakening of the world in whatever way. But I'm interested in how I'm starting to see very commonly new moons and cycles and how they affect people around you. I've even had teachers talking about like the kids at schools saying, full moon. And I'll go, I laugh, and they go, no, seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there are many studies that have been done that show that the amount of crime that happens around a full moon and crime, and I think people with psychological issues, which could be you and I.
But it is a new moon in Libra.
It is a new moon in Libra.
Yes.
Yes, it was last night.
So
I didn't get much sleep.
Yeah, so a few people are saying that. They're struggling with sleep.
Yeah. So this new moon, actually the interesting thing is, I think it was 28 degrees, and the next 6 new moons are all at 28 degrees. Now, 28 degrees in any astrological chart is mastery.
Okay.
And the next 6 are at 28 degrees. So this doesn't happen
So
often.
is this like an opportunity for people to master their new pathway?
Yes.
Or something they've already stepped into?
Yes, I would say so. And Libra, if we think about Libra, Libra is about balance, about harmony. And so this is encouraging us to step into where does our life need more balance? Where do we need to bring in more harmony?
Oh, yeah.
Where do we need to shift our focus a little bit?
Well, that aligns perfectly with that list that I made recently. I didn't even know why I did it.
There you go. Following the call.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
I've been told, I know that list of what aligns and doesn't align has been calling me for a while. And I just finally went, nah, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, whatever, for whatever reason. Yeah, cool. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. But what does that mean for you in your world? Do you look at these things and do you go, right, well, I understand that I am just having a very temporary existence, but I might as well utilize my understanding of the way that these energies work and craft my experience around those understandings?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, I was born on a new moon.
Okay.
So new moons are super potent and powerful for me to be putting intention into. So, yeah, I mean, there are cycles. And I can't deny that whatever is going on in the sky is affecting my physical body, because it does. You know, I mean, I guess you could say chicken or egg. Is it because I know that it's a new moon that I'm not sleeping?
Yeah,
or is it
placebo?
Yeah.
Which is the skeptics would suggest.
Exactly.
Does it matter though?
Well, I think what matters is what we put intention into.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I think that there are seasons, there are cycles within seasons, and the more that we give our attention to something, the more it's going to mean for us. So again, we're getting back to this inner authority. So what is important to you? What is important to me? And how am I going to honour that if it is important to me? And does it really matter if it's not important to you? No, it doesn't. This is my world, my experience, my movie, if you like. And just at this point in time, we're just having a nice little intersection here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're all characters in each other's movies. Hence why I want to stop putting my character out there as much, my individual world experience out there as much. But my thoughts and things that I notice in the world, I'm quite happy to put them out there, but less experiences about what's happening in my inner world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to be a character of a villain or a hero. I just want to be the person that's...
I don't think you can help it.
Yeah.
I really don't think you can help it. I mean, if you're in the public eye, as you are,
yes,
people are going to form perceptions.
Yeah.
and they're going to form opinions about you, whether you tell them things or whether you don't tell them things. They're going, I mean, it's interesting with John and I because we work together and sometimes we hold ceremonies together and people on the basis of that form perspectives around our relationship and think, well, because when we do Agnihotra, we honour one another and we speak to, we're in ceremony, so we're not going, I mean, not that we would ever do this, but, it's not like, hey, actually, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I was going to, but people form perspectives about our relationship and then I hear that fed back to me and I'm a bit like, we're human. We are two humans that are growing and evolving. Like we are going through our stuff, our processes, just as you are going through yours, but they tend to hold us in a particular way. And if you're in the public eye, people are going to form their perspectives.
Yeah. I said it and I haven't actually put it up yet for Patreons, but I will. But I was talking about it very briefly within that, in this wrestle between like outside of what I'm doing here. Social media appeals to me zero.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I've found the happier I get and the more at peace I get, the less I post about my life.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need the validation. I don't need the external validation that, you look happy. I don't need people to tell me that because I know it.
Yeah.
The more and more, the happier or the more at peace I get. And then understanding that this thing that I do now is all social media. So it is this wrestle of like, I'd love to just go sit on my uncle's farm in Albany and go hang out with my nana and camp and fuck off. And everyone leave me alone. But also, I love this. I fucking love this. This is the best job on the planet. Look at what we've just done.
Exactly.
Like a chat about consciousness and experience and existence. And then yesterday I get to research the Montauk project. Who am I to fucking turn this down?
Exactly.
But at the same point, I do have an understanding that I'd love to just go sit on a fucking hill and do nothing with my partner and daughter.
Yeah.
And watch the wind blow through the grass, as cliche as that sounds.
Yeah.
But it's I'd still have a longing to be doing this.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you want to go and sit on a hill and watch the wind. That's what I do.
Yeah. But it's nice though. Hey, it doesn't mean I can't do both. Porque no las dos.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can still do that. I can still remove myself.
And this is the Libra moon.
Okay.
The Libra new moon is finding that balance. What do I need to do to find that balance? And I think the other aspect of that is finding that balance within the feminine, the masculine within. And this is a really big one on the planet at the moment as well. And, I feel for the masculine counterparts because there aren't a lot of really good examples out there showing the way forward for those that are, such as yourself, that are physically embodying the masculine, as well as, the feminine that also have the masculine aspects within.
Yeah, so that's where people do get confused if they're not across it. That feminine and masculine isn't necessarily your sex or gender.
No.
It's your energy. And I know that I have feminine energy as well as the masculine traits. So I'd like to feel like I'm physically embodying the masculine and then energetically embodying the feminine. I don't know if that's correct, but I often get told that by people who are in that area.
Yep.
Even people who comment on some of our podcasts and stuff. That guy with the feminine energy, he does this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I take that in. I understand. I don't care. I'm a man. I'm a man. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we need to.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
need to. I need to know how to hold myself.
Yeah.
From a masculine perspective.
Yeah.
I think when we are getting all of our resources externally, that's when, again, we are open to, we're not standing in our own spiritual authority, are we?
And that's, again, like a reason I that's why I do a lot physically and I do a lot of the quote unquote masculine things around the house and with my hands and whatnot. You know, those masculine traits. I push weights. I do hard things, but also I have compassion and empathy. I like to balance them. I also like to have the ability to go, oi, don't fuck with me. I'm kind.
Yeah.
I'll be kind, but there's a little snap point. And that comes out from time to time, and I'm very glad that's not coming out on those closest to me. And I don't want it to come out on anyone. It hasn't come out for a long time.
Yeah.
I know he's there though, if needed.
Yeah.
He's there, and
To protect.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just get sometimes, like when it comes to emotional reaction, though, you just got to be cautious. Make sure you're not just responding because it's mirroring something in you that you've wanted to work on for a while, or you just had a bad day. You know, like you might have just had a bad day or too much.
Maybe you didn't get enough sleep.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's when I'm a little bit trigger happy, I must admit.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when it comes to protecting those closest to me, like my partner or my daughter, I know that inner beast in me, that angry snap, he's there if I need him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure I like him too much.
He also holds space for your inner feminine.
Yeah.
So if we think about the inner feminine being your feeling state,
Yeah.
you know, he also is able to hold her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because I used to have white line fever.
Tell
in
me
footy.
about what, tell me.
Like kind, cool, fun, happy guy, and then as soon as that fucking
you
cross
crossed
that
the
white
line.
line on the footy field, I was a dick. I know I was. I was a fighter. I used to think, like, because my dad imprinted on me that, you know, you got to be hard. And so, like, if the ball was there to be got, I'd be fucking bang.
Go hard or go home.
Like, I don't care.
Yep.
I'm going to hurt and I'm going to fucking call others weak if they don't do the same and that sort of thing. And then once
Toxic.
Yeah. And then once I changed that, after my mate died, who was in that football team, I was the captain one year. The next year, that flipped. Instead of being the fucking angry ant leader, I changed to the compassionate, let's all do this together leader. And what the difference was, first year we lost the grand final, second year we won it because
You were working together.
yeah, exactly, not some fucking guy at the top going, "Oh, you fucking do as you're told." Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I was a dick.
So it sounds like in the space of that year,
Yeah.
you balanced out
A little
the
bit.
feminine and the masculine.
Well, I maybe went a
within.
little far. Like I went full on, like let's have compassion and understanding for everyone. But
Why is that a little bit too far?
well, like yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
I mean, isn't that really perhaps I don't even want to call it the new age guy, you know, the capacity of like sitting in that compassion, but also having the warrior.
yeah.
The warrior,
Yeah.
not the warrior.
Well, the last 10 years have built that warrior, I think.
Yeah.
The ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. You feel a little bit bulletproof. Doesn't mean you don't feel a little bit of stress or anxiety from time to time, but zoom back out.
It's allowing yourself to feel that
Yeah.
and allowing yourself to talk about that with others around you as well, rather than suppressing that.
Yeah. Keep saying I'm going to stop telling people about my personal life, and I keep telling people about my personal life.
Is
That's
this
the
an energetic program we need to clear?
Isn't that the comedy of it though? Like the irony and the contradictions. I
You got to laugh.
well-
You've seriously got to laugh.
Yeah, well, listeners would hear it all the time. Like me say one thing and then 2 minutes later go, "You just said you were going to fucking stop doing that, you dick." Like I know I swear too much. And I know it would communicate better if I stopped swearing. But I like swearing sometimes.
Well, there you go.
It is what it is.
There you go. You're not going to say you're going to stop swearing and then start swearing in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard because all we have is our own experience, and that's what we draw from. So then you use those experiences to communicate with people and communicate your ideas.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I share a lot of what is going on for me in my personal life with my clientele, I guess across social media too,
Yeah.
from time to time. Well, most of the time.
That opens you up a lot though. But in positives and negatives.
And so what?
Yeah, comes back to it. Who cares? Like
You are Cameron.
Yeah.
I am Mandy. We are living our lives the best of our ability. We have open hearts. We want to be able to assist others. Full stop.
Yeah, good. That's a good one. So this new moon in Libra,
Yeah.
it's not just now, hey? It's not just this opportunity. You said it's about 5 months.
Well, there are, for the next 6, including the one that we had last night, so the next 6 new moons are 28 degrees. So we're stepping into mastery. So the next one, we're in Libra, will be Scorpio in a month's time, 28 days' time. And Scorpio is about bringing, it's the mystery, but it's about bringing the unseen into the scene. So it would be what is hidden within my personality. What am I hiding from myself? What am I hiding from others?
Now, is that also not just individually but collectively?
Yes,
So bringing the unseen into the scene?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be operating individually and collectively.
So we
And
see the
I'm-
world as it is and the play, the scripted play that it is, giving us a, US politics is a perfect example. What a soap opera that is.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I've definitely fallen into the trap of picking a side, and I most definitely picked the Trump side. Happy to admit that I still think he's doing a lot better than what the other side would have done there. Yet, I can still see the inadequacies. I can still see the clear allegiances to certain people and corporations and interests
Yep.
in countries.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I can see them. So I call them out. I'm trying to call them out more, which is an ego check as well. But yeah, does that mean you think we'll start to see more of these lies unfold?
Oh, I definitely think that is the way that we're going as a collective. Like the pendulum has swung so far into that direction that, and we're in a 9 year. We move into a 1 year next year. It's the year of the snake. It's all coming.
So explain the year of the 9 and the year of the 1.
Okay, so 9 as a number in numerology is completion. So things wind up, and the 1 is fresh new beginnings. So a lot of the astrologers were speaking right at the beginning of the year that there would be a lot of things winding up this year. And I mean, perhaps the listeners within their own lives have had relationships finish, jobs finish, or teeter kind of on the verge of it.
Or patterns,
Yeah,
self-destructive behaviours.
definitely. Yeah, so I would say that we are going to see more of that before the year finishes. Absolutely.
I'm seeing it. I see a lot of people close to me personally changing, doing things, winding up things, beginning new things, fresh starts.
Yep.
And if I'm seeing that within my own personal close circles, imagine how many more things are happening externally and unconnected to me and you.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think if you
cool.
want to know more, like I have a very broad sweeping perspective of astrology.
Yeah.
It's how does it affect me? And it's quite interesting because generally the way that it is affecting me is like 3 or 4 days, maybe sometimes a week before the event actually happens. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, right, that's why. But, I mean, people do charts, and Pam Gregory is quite amazing. She's on YouTube, and you can just do your own chart. And she speaks really well to exactly how it's going to affect you personally. I mean, I speak about it in very broad brush strokes kind of thing.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not your...
No, it's not my forte.
No.
No.
You have an understanding of it, though. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. But the understanding we can use to help navigate some of the situations and the way we're approaching things, maybe the way we plan things.
Yeah, definitely. Well, have you spoken about the whole 3-eye atlas?
No, let's talk about 3-Eye Atlas.
Well, again, very broad brush stroke here. I mean, I have heard that on the 30th of October, there are three or three events happening that could, they are saying, that could cause a little bit more of a mass awakening.
On the 30th of October, did you say?
30th of October.
That's in 8 days.
Yeah. So,
8. Okay.
yes. So
Oh, sirens will be your sign. Yes.
So I just thought I'd throw that in there. I mean, I don't know a lot around 3i Atlas. I do know that a lot of the astrological people that I listen to, Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth, they're talking a lot around it. Look, it's in the sky. And if the planets affect us, if the moons affect us, then is something else in the sky going to be affecting us as well? I would say so.
Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's that affects us, but if it brings an energy or a moment that something else awakens us on the 30th.
Yes.
But what is the 30th? Is it 30th, like what time? Is it, Eastern Standard Time?
Well,
like,
that was
because
interesting.
we're in Australia.
Yeah.
So when you see some of these things, you're like, so that's like, okay, the 29th.
Yes.
Or no, sorry, that's the 31st or the 1st for
I
us.
figured out we'd be asleep.
Okay.
We'd be asleep. It would be, well, it depends on what time you go to sleep, I guess. But
Yeah.
I think it was around 11:44 at night.
Perth time.
Perth time.
Yeah, okay.
That there was going to be this big event.
8 days from now. What day is it right today? Is it Wednesday? So that would be a Thursday night for us. So a Thursday morning over in America and UK.
I mean, I was discussing it. I was discussing it with my partner this morning. But the thing is around this, is it our own personal responsibility to awaken, to come to consciousness?
Well, this is it. You can't force people, can you?
Yeah. And he was saying, well, maybe it is that those that are on the cusp come into greater awakeness.
Yeah. Well, this is like when you look back on things like the 2012, the calendar, the Mayan calendar, and people were anticipating this end on December 21st.
Yeah.
As opposed to a new beginning. And that it would be this huge adjustment.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just a change.
Yeah.
And slowly we start to see things unfold as they have. I don't know what happened on that day, but I don't think the Mayans got it wrong.
No. Well, it was the long count.
It was the long count.
How could have they got it wrong?
Yeah.
I think it's just, you're very right. It's taken, I mean, we're still feeling the effects of that pretty much.
Yeah, you don't just go, whoa, purple now looks blue. Like it's not and this is,
I'm awake.
and it's like an awakening. You don't just awaken. You don't go, I understand it all.
Yeah, but is that a part of us that is still waiting to be saved, that we haven't stepped into?
Yeah.
That still wants something
To save us.
to save us. Yeah, exactly.
Is that the idea of Christianity, the Catholic?
Ooh, now you're bringing it the whole way
Like
around.
that they can only be saved. It's taking away your authority.
Yes.
It's yeah. The more and more I'm loving the conversations I'm having lately on this podcast, because the more and more I question things, the more and more I feel like everything's connected in this incredible tapestry of
it is.
events.
Yeah.
And that the more and more you talk about it, the more and more you go, oh, it's all connected.
And also, the less you understand that you know,
Yeah.
and the more you're open to just, okay, well, I know what I know in this moment,
Yeah.
and I'm fully fine to be in the next moment.
Yeah.
Well, now I know more, so therefore I can see this much more, and I couldn't see it all to begin with.
Well, I think the people who are awakened, you wouldn't know who they are. They're not telling you if they're awakened, because that is probably not a trait of someone who is awakened. They just are. And when I say awakened, I mean, nirvana.
Levitating.
Yeah, that far. You're probably not seeing them. But there are a lot
No.
of people awakening,
Yes.
and they're on different levels of that journey. And sometimes you go, oh my God, how advanced must I be to have this understanding? And then you go, what a fucking egoic way of thinking. Check yourself. You are not awakening. That is the most egoic thing you could say. But I think what I'm loving seeing is people just having that first little nudge and going, oh, I thought this is how it worked. And I see myself having those little things every single day when you go, wow, how far along I've got to go.
Oh, yeah.
We all do.
Absolutely.
It's kind of nice to, though, be on the journey because sometimes you go back and you're like, oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. The journey is interesting. The awakening journey is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because when people say, what are you awakening from? Well, you're awakening from the lie that we've been told.
From being asleep.
From being
From not seeing it all.
Yes.
It's almost like being in I've got this vision of like greyhound dogs,
Yeah.
just running around a track.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they put those eye things on the greyhound dogs?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
them with those eye things on, and you can just basically see in front of you, and you're just running
Tunnel
around.
vision.
Running around that same track.
Yeah. Forcing it. And that doesn't work.
No.
But eventually you start to float and go, oh, I don't have to stay on this track.
Mm-hmm.
I can run off
Maybe
over
one
there.
of the eye things
I might go
falls off.
galloping through the bloody stadium and everyone goes crazy. But yeah, there you go. I'm putting my turbulence within the collective.
Hey, would that be what you're doing?
Yeah.
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 I think so.
Yeah. And so I think those little moments of craziness are part of it as well.
Definitely.
Like sometimes you go down the wrong path and you felt like you've been, for example, like let's say Christianity is the path. Mm-hmm. Us talking about this is very away from that, and we've strayed.
Yeah.
But if it's the opposite, and what we're talking about is the path, or is the path,
Is there a
no?
the path?
Yeah, exactly,
This is-
exactly. But you could go, well, Christianity was the way out. It was the long road. We had to go out there and come back to. Oh no, we didn't need Christianity or whatever it was. Islam or Buddhism. Buddhism was there for me.
Yeah.
I adopted the ideology of Buddhism very heavily. Helped me a lot. I won't deny that. But I'm not sure you need an ideology. You don't need to label it.
I don't think you need to label it. I think that...
Isn't that the irony of Buddhism itself? To remove yourself of detachment, to detach yourself from all labels, and yet you label yourself a Buddhist.
Yeah, I think we have the capacity to be weaving the tapestry that suits us. So, and not just egoically either. I think, you can pull some Buddhist concepts, some concepts from Christianity, from American Indian, from Hindu, from all of the different cultures.
That feels right.
Yeah, because we've probably had lifetimes
Yeah.
in these different bodies that understood those, or even if we haven't, just whatever feels right for us. I mean, I think I definitely prescribe to do no harm.
Let's it's been a very interesting conversation, but let's finish on something that a lot of our listeners love. Past lives.
Yes.
And delving into past lives, the traumas collected,
Yeah.
and tapping into those past lives to help rid yourself of those limiting self-beliefs. How are you helping people do that?
Actually, that's a fascinating question, because what's been coming up, and I don't remember whether it did with your session or not, I feel like we've been clearing from a collective level. Like I've been clearing back 50,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, 150,000 years ago, 200,000 years ago.
From off-planet.
Yeah, yes. And
Interesting.
on planet.
Yeah, and on planet.
And on planet. So,
Wow.
look, I think in the previous work I was doing, I would clearly get stories as to, okay, yeah, you had a lifetime where you were drowned. You were a herbal woman and you were drowned, or you were hung, or whatever. And a lot of it feeds into the mistrust that people have. So, yeah, I definitely, our past lives play into it, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people do go into looking at their past lives, and they all, a lot of people think that maybe they were very well-known figures in their past lives.
Well, all of the ones that I've heard,
Mary Magdalene, or like
now
Mother Mary.
all of the credible ones I've heard are
Yeah.
just you're Steve from the local butcher,
Yeah.
or you are
An Egyptian
Mary.
slave.
You're
Yeah.
you're Mary who was a housekeeper in the 1920s, or those are the ones that I hear that are so
Yeah.
credible and
Yeah.
seem to have a little bit of evidence surrounding them and credibility around what actually happened. I'm not certain I've heard someone say, "Oh, I was King Arthur's son," or and gone. Pfft. Now, what's worse is if you were to say, "I was King Arthur's son," and you were, I'd probably still go, "Fuck off, mate! You dickhead! You weren't that important." But what there are going to be those people who were.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I think energetic programs are the attachment points. Okay, so those energetic programs are going to run through your past. So early childhood, middle childhood, adulthood, early adulthood, the whole way through. And they're also going to run through your past lives as well. So whatever those really deeply ingrained energetic programs are. And, I've mentioned anxiety, self-worth could be one, worthiness,
Well, this is going back to that quantum entanglement
Yes.
idea of time no longer being limited by quantum entanglement. Not no longer. Discovering that potentially time has no place within the limits of quantum entanglement.
Yeah.
Suggesting that the individual frequency in which we are tuned to, the what's the word when it's for only one person?
Sorry, I'm not helping you out here.
Lack of words, but it's individual to you. It is. I can't think of that word. That's going to annoy me. But anyway, listeners are going. Anyway, that individual frequency that you are tuned to also echoes throughout the ages, whether that's 100,000 years ago on a different planet or 10,000 years ago in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
There are individual frequencies that we are tuned to. And I think that's the connection. It's the frequency point. So it's not a life. Well, it is a lifetime that's experienced holding that frequency within that vessel. But it's also, for me, it is a frequency that they all echo through the ages. And they can, in my opinion, can both exist at the same time. You could have that frequency existing in 1982 and then they don't die until now, but also the other one existed in 1998. You know, like they can exist, I think. I think it's a frequency point that we're tuning to. And that's what...
Interesting.
When you tap into those frequencies, that exact frequency, individual... Fuck, that word is going to annoy me. I can't think of it.
I mean, it's really interesting because, after having done a session with me, I do utilize frequencies to clear. So there's like an angelic frequency. There is the linked love frequency. There is a parasympathetic, which is the God frequency, fracturing cells. So, yeah, I do utilize frequencies. And I hear frequencies as well.
Yeah. Well, I could hear some people call it tinnitus, but when
they change though, don't they?
Yeah.
For you, I mean, you would notice when you're in a different environment, they change.
Yeah.
It changes in the depth or in the how high they are.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, when you're in complete silence, like very quiet areas, you can hear the frequency almost of the earth. And again, people go, that's tinnitus, bro. But I don't think it is. I think you can hear the frequency of, maybe it's earth, maybe it's universe, maybe whatever it is. Sounds like a TV almost, you know. And like I got that experience recently on top of Bluff Knoll, a mountain at the top.
Amazing.
There was no one around. There was no wind. It was silent, and all you could hear was like that. As far as best way I can describe it is that frequency buzz hum that a TV makes when you turn it on, like or like a squealing, and people go, "Yeah, that's tinnitus," but no,
it changes because sometimes it's in the middle of the ear, sometimes it seems to be up higher, sometimes it's rounded, sometimes it's shrieking. I'm pretty sure tinnitus doesn't do that.
No, when you get the ring, proper, not hearing the constant, like the whatever that is,
like the white.
When you hear
TV,
the ring,
white noise,
like you've just been, you know, the sound that you hear in a movie when someone gets punched or something like that, nothing sound. I can't. My words have escaped me now. That word frustrated me so much.
Frequency,
that frequency. You can hear it.
Okay, and also you were talking about the frequency that is existing in that quantum entanglement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what connects everyone to their past life or their current life or other people on the planet. They are existing at the exact same frequency, an individual frequency, tuned to it. And then all you're doing is tuning into other moments in time that frequency existed in another place.
Interesting.
My opinion.
I like it. I need to sit with that and see how that fits with the work that I do.
Like, imagine tuning a radio.
Yeah.
You have to get it to the exact tuning. And those randomly, sporadically appear all around the universe at different times and places. And that's how they're connected. I don't think it's this one person who's gone, I lived this life and I lived that life. It's a connection to other frequencies that parallel or mirror that exact same frequency to the point, to the exact tuning.
So that would explain why you might have globally 5-6 people at the same point in time that come through with new technologies or inventions or new ways of thinking.
Similar ideas, yeah.
That just dropped in at the exact same point in time.
Just my opinion. It's what feels right. But I'm sure that if that idea appeals to other people, maybe. Anyway,
okay,
we've been going for a while, hour and a half. Nice chat.
Yeah,
I think I spoke too much. I'm sorry. But I did love having you on. Is there anything we're going to get you on more consistently? I like our
I'd love
chats.
that.
Or anything you want to plug?
Well, yes, you come along and have a Sovereign Soul Mastery session, or actually I'm working with people for 3 months over that, 3 to 6 months. And actually you can check it all out on the website, floweringoflife.org.
Nice.
Yeah.
As always, it's a pleasure.
It is an honour.
Yes, and an honour. I'm sure we'll have you back soon.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.